Welcome to Closets Las Vegas, the city's premier custom closet and storage company. We provide complete storage solutions for all price ranges and projects, backed by our 20 years of experience. Whether it's a closet, pantry, garage storage, floor coatings, entertainment center, laundry room, home office, custom bookcases, and window coverings, Closets Las Vegas will give you the look and feel you want in your home. Please contact me, Pat, for your free consultation, and don't forget to ask about 0% financing for 18 months. I look forward to working with you.
Hi Chakits, I have been following you and watching your YouTube channel for years.
I have decided to finally relocate to Las Vegas and want to start a new chapter in my life. I know you're the perfect realtor to help guide me to find my next dream home. I am looking for a modern kitchen, large backyard with a pool and a golf course community.
My name is Chakits Krulsawat with Simply Vegas, a licensed real estate agent out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I help buyers like this all the time, so if you're looking for a licensed professional, give us a call at 702-319-1092 or visit lvhomeexperts.com. Buying a home starts here. Does your house look like and have you been considering remodeling your home for some time now? Well, if you love real estate like I do and appreciate the attention to detail in the craftsmanship required to build a remodel or a gorgeous home, then I got the perfect company for you. Guys, I highly recommend Design Zone Remodeling. They are a stellar company that will turn your outdated home into your own personal sanctuary. They specialize in bathroom remodels, kitchen remodels, and full house remodels. Design Zone Remodeling has a reputation for excellent workmanship, competitive fees, and being able to offer a wide range of services and deliver the outstanding results to their clients. I use Design Zone Remodeling on my personal properties. Give Design Zone Remodeling a call today at 725-223-0871 or visit their website at designzoneremodeling.com to request a free consultation today. Is your credit score holding you back from purchasing a home? GC Credit Coaches is a repair company that's made easy. Their goal is to challenge and remove all negative errors that hurt your credit score. On average, GC clients see about 10.2 negative items removed over 4 months. Start improving your credit score today with a simple 2-minute online enrollment for a free consultation and a complete credit audit. GC Credit Coaches offers competitive monthly pricing, no contracts, no hidden fees, and the service stops once you are satisfied. GC Credit Coaches removes inquiries, collections, charge-off bankruptcies, and repossessions. Don't forget to visit gccreditcoaches.com.
Attention contractors, remodelers, and homeowners. Is your renovation becoming a pain in the glass? Here at Glass Vegas, we take care of all of your glass needs, from a broken window to custom shower doors, mirrors, winding closures, storefronts, railings, and much more. We can even help you with new or replacement thermally broken windows. We're a full-service, woman-owned glass company that provides unparalleled workmanship, excellent communication, and great customer service. Glass Vegas, we do glass with class.
Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome to the LV Home Experts podcast. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is where we talk about real estate financing, just whatever's going on around the Las Vegas Valley. So today I got my very special guest. And real quick, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Chakits Krulsawat with Simply Vegas, a licensed real estate agent out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So today we're going to be covering 4 topics today with my special guest, Michael Gorton. We're going to talk about, what's going on with the market. I want a second opinion because my opinion doesn't matter, right? Then also we're going to be covering at the median price point for a home today at $450,000. What can you buy? So we're going to pull some of the stuff up. We're going to take a look at that together. Also, we're going to be talking about standing inventory, right? With new home builds, some of these new home builds, you can get up to $100,000 discount. So I'm going to show you exactly where to get that information, how to register, so that way we can update you on the standing inventory. In addition to that, we do have the market stats, the full reports. I'm going to show you how to get the report and what you need to do. So let's get started. Michael, how is everything going with you today?
What's going on, Chakits? Thanks for having me on.
Did you like that intro?
I loved it. And, I think your opinion matters.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know if it does.
There's at least one person that thinks so.
Oh, okay. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, how's everything going with you? I think the last time that you were on this podcast, it's what, a year?
This is part 2.
Yeah, was it about a year ago?
It
Or?
was about, I think it was pre this year, so sometime last year.
Okay, yeah, I don't even remember because we were talking earlier. Maybe it was probably maybe about like a year ago.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a little bit longer than that.
Totally.
So, if you guys don't know who Michael is, Michael Gorton, he does luxury sales out here. And you've been in the business now for how long again?
I think we're at 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Oh my God, time flies, dude.
Yeah.
I remember when you first started.
I'd knock on your door
Yes.
and try to pick your brain.
Damn, it hasn't been that long already?
Just about.
Dude, I'm getting old, man. You see all this gray hair? It's funny. One of the agents I was working with in the past, he walked up to me. And we was literally in Costco's, and I didn't know who he was at that time, but he walked up behind me and goes, damn, I see a lot of gray hair going on. Is that what real estate does to you? I looked back. I was like, damn, Michael, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you for a while. But what was funny is now he has a bunch of gray hair.
Okay.
It's crazy. So it's like the real estate industry, it's almost like generations as you go along, man. It's like
Totally.
total different levels of like, age groups. It's just weird. Now I feel like I am almost like the seasoned agent. I'm starting to become that uncle of real estate.
Definitely.
Which is, I don't like that at all, man. I remember when I was just young and just go getting it, man.
You ever see those pictures? They do the comparison of when presidents get into office versus
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they get out.
Uh-huh.
And they look completely different,
They look like they're burnt out.
They got beat up.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I want to talk to you, from your perspective, right? What's going on, like, in the marketplace?
I knew you were going to ask this.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it actually on my walk this morning with my dog
Okay.
I knew this question was coming, and it's almost a tale of two markets right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
I started in such a sweet spot that was the long and the short of it is I've really only seen appreciation happening, right? For better or for worse, but I started in, let's call it 2018. 2018, if you remember, rates started to get a little scary. Not like they are now, but for the time they were getting a little scary. People were getting quoted, I think, upward of 4.5% on your everyday cookie cutter home.
Yeah.
And people were starting to freak out. 2019 was kind of stagnant. Then 2020 happened. There was a shutdown, but then rates got almost close to zero. And from 2020 to about now, I've only seen it appreciating. So this is my first time of seeing market uncertainty, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And it has forged me to look at, each individual property and each individual client uniquely. And really, I was of the turn and burn mindset up until literally a few months ago. If you want to look at a house, great. If you want to sell your house, let's get it on and let's get it sold. Now it's really massaging each individual client to make sure, is it the right time for that person to buy or sell? Is what they're trying to accomplish even feasible right now? And is it going to be a waste of my time, their time, my marketing dollars, etc.? So now I'm starting to really take time. Some people it's taking, where I would say, yeah, let's get it listed right now and get it on the open market. It's taking 2, 3, 4 months to really understand what they're trying to accomplish. And, at the end of the day, if you're not honest with people up front, I think it just causes a lot of friction later down the line that if you come at it head on, it'll,
So what it sounds like you're saying is that based upon today's interest rate, buyers are more cautious. And it seems like you kind of got to walk them through the process 100%. To see if it even makes sense.
100%. And same with sellers.
Yeah.
If someone is trying to grab the equity out of this home to purchase a home that they feel like they can afford, it may not be the right time.
Okay.
You know.
So do you feel like the market is slowing down a little bit?
No, I don't feel like it's slowing down. I think the people that are in the market now may have not been in the market a few years ago, and vice versa. The people that may have been in the market a few years ago are not the same people that are in the market now, both on a buyer and a seller side. It's really just their touch point, their motivation, and if their round peg fits in the round hole right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And what I've noticed is that I'm not selling as many homes because I normally sell about anywhere from 10 to 15 a month.
Okay.
And right now, I think we're only like at 68 transactions. However, that's still a lot.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Totally.
but from, like 2001, 2002, it wasn't like you could literally throw a rock and hit a buyer and he's like, I'll buy anything.
Totally.
I won't even do an appraisal. So I feel like you're working harder, but then some of these buyers, right? Interest rate does play a role, but however, there's still demand out there.
That's why it's like a tale of two
Yeah,
markets.
it's weird, but the inventory is so low, but there's more demand than supply, which is, believe it or not, it's pushing up pricing.
Definitely.
Because I remember we went from like 480 and we dropped all the way down to like 420. And
it was almost month over month. I
Yes.
remember when that happened.
then it creeped up to like, 425, 430. Now we're here at $450,000. And the good news is that there are more options. This is what I've noticed, right? Buyers at this price point have an option to go out and look and compare
Definitely.
one home to another, one location to a different location. And before, it used to be like the neighborhood or kind of like the surrounding areas. But now I realize buyers, what they're doing is they are shopping the whole Las Vegas Valley. They want to see what their money can buy.
Yep.
However, if the home is priced correctly and also the condition of the home, dude, those things go fast.
Definitely.
Like, let me give you a story. So I literally just started working with this client. He's a truck driver, so I'm going to give him a shout out real quick. And we got approved for like $380,000. Okay. And you would think out there at $380,000, and I do want to jump back. Like 2 years ago, you couldn't buy a single family residence for $380,000.
Not at all.
Now at $380,000, you can buy a single family residence, detached, right? 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage, which is, we found the property. It was originally listed for $380,000, and they did a price reduction because there was no offers.
Okay.
It literally dropped down to about $360, I think it was. And he had asked me, what should we write the offer at? I said, look, man, you got to go full force, especially if you are asking for closing costs. And it's still difficult if you ask for closing costs, right?
Yes.
So we had to ask for about 3%, which came out to around like $11,400.
Okay.
So I said, look, we got to put our best foot forward. I said, look, whoever priced this home, they dropped it so dramatically, you're going to get multiple offers. And I submitted an offer for $380,000. And I reached on out to the agent, and he said, look, I love the offer. It's clean. However, we got multiple offers. I was like, shit. However, my offer was still a strong offer.
Right.
But the very next day, he had a cash offer above the $380,000. Dude, I mean, that's still a great deal. Like, where do you buy a home, right, for $380,000?
Yeah.
But the good news is that at least my client still has options to kind of pick and choose. But what I realize is that when you go lower on that price point, especially from the medium price point of the Las Vegas Valley, 450, it does get a little bit harder and challenging.
Yes.
And when you start asking for closing costs, it even makes it that much harder. Because I realize the seller, at the end of the day, they don't care about anything. All they care about is, when this home sells, how much money am I putting in my pocket? Mm-hmm. So if you can actually pay for your own closing costs in today's market, it just gives you more of a leverage.
Definitely.
Versus asking for closing costs.
Let me ask you something. Did you know, in my experience
Yeah.
with buyers like that, it almost helps to get burned one time, because you're like, you know what? I came in a little bit stronger than I initially thought, or
Yeah.
that the news led me to believe. You know, a lot of people, and I fall into this bucket too, a lot of people look at the nightly news
Yeah.
and they get an overview of the entire market for the country. Las Vegas is so uber specific. We
Yeah.
have a ton of people still moving here. You know, the untethered worker is still strong.
Yeah.
So people are still leaving their high taxed, high crime states to, and it doesn't just have to be Las Vegas. I know it's Texas. I know it's Florida. I know it's Arizona. But people are still moving here. So the supply that they initially, for supply, you have to look 5 years behind, maybe even 7 years behind.
Yeah.
They never anticipated this level of growth that's still happening even today, even with higher interest rates and everything. So, to piggyback back on what you were saying, with buyers like that, you almost have to go through the motions, and you could tell them 100
So
times.
you're blue in the face.
You have to tell them 100 times, hey, listen, it's, although I understand the position that you're in, it's not quite that market where, if you may be able to knock off a little bit from the purchase price, but when you start asking for closing costs and coming in a little bit stronger, someone's going to come in and pick it up from underneath you. And sometimes that almost helps me.
Yeah.
I've noticed that where the experiences.
Now, on the flip side, let's talk about new homes. Like, there are some new homes out there that they are still doing dramatic price reductions, that they will cover your closing costs up to 3%. And some of them, believe it or not, they have spent a lot of money to buy down your interest rate. And what they did was they hedged, and they spent hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm talking about these corporate companies. I don't want to name the company, but you can literally lock in for like 12 months for like 5.5%, that's the reason why like new home sales are really moving a lot quicker now. But I've noticed some of the new home sales that had spec'd out their homes around the 600 range, a lot of those homes, I'm going to say from like 6 to 800, they're still sitting on the market. And I noticed, and I'm going to show you guys this today, where they're doing price reductions like over $100,000, where they're just trying to get it off their books.
I believe it.
At that point. And, those are the ones that make sense at this point. And they're starting to come to realization that, hey, man, what we wanted for our home, we can't get what we want. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, are most of your buyers located here in Las Vegas or from out of state?
I'd say it's 50-50 right now.
Yeah.
I would. And you have to remember, I'm a huge listing workhorse.
Yes.
So I go heavy for listings, luxury, not luxury. So the good part is when somebody comes in and makes the decision to either reach out to me or their agent to look at my listing, they've gone through the heartache of, swallowing the hard pill of, hey, the interest rate is high.
Yeah.
They've hopefully spoken to a lender. They've gone through all the things. So when I'm face to face with them to show them the bones of the property, they're either have the mindset that I'm buying this one or the 10 others that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So that's been helping me a lot, and to get over this hump of hard interest rates and everything is really going hard after listings.
Okay. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about listings a little bit here, because you do a lot of listings.
Yeah.
Are you moving listings a lot faster than moving buyers right now in the contract?
It depends on the neighborhood and it depends on the price point.
Okay.
If you are sub 500,000 and you price it right and it's clean, like you said, it's usually going within, I'd say, 10 days. I just sold a $400,000 single family home in Sun City, so 55 and older neighborhood. But those people, they're moving pretty quickly. So I would say sub 500 moving pretty quickly. Over 500,000, in between 500 and $1 million. Again, if it's priced right and it's clean, it may not be within the first 10 days, but within the first 30 days, it's going pretty quick. Now, above $1 million is where it gets tough.
Okay.
You don't have as many comps to support like you do in the lower end.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get in front of these would-be sellers and they have a price in their head of what their neighbor sold maybe a year ago. And you have to almost school them a little bit. And that's when I say earlier, when I said, it may take 4 or 5 months of me speaking with the seller before they actually decide to list a home. That's because when they first contacted me, if their home is worth 1.2 and they think they're getting 1.5, I don't even want to spend the marketing dollars.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth my time. And I try to say it in the nicest way possible. But, in that scenario, I'd almost rather be your second agent. Let the first agent expose it at what they think is worth. And let me come in and actually sell it for what I'm telling you.
So it sounds like you're saying the sweet spot is, subpar around the 500 range because, and this is what my thought process is, because of the interest rates right now, I think they're fluctuating about like 7.25. When you start hitting above that 500 range, right, what happens is if we take a look at the median household income here in the state, it's about 80,000, right? And that's already what, like 5, 6, almost like 8 times your income. If you're only making $80,000 a year, you're buying a $500,000 home. Your monthly nut on that thing is probably like $3,800 a month or something. Sure. And think about that. That's what you gross is $80,000. What do you really bring home? That's like almost like, I'm not going to say 50%, but it's pretty damn close to your income. So I think that's where that threshold is, right? And that's the reason why, number one, a lot of buyers try to keep it as low as possible because they want to keep their payments so low, or they're trying to keep it low as possible, right? Because they got other expenses that they have. Yeah. And I think that interest rate, plays a big part, because imagine if interest rates right now were like a 3.25%. Dude, the purchasing power at 3.25% versus like 7.2, 7.5%. You could buy more home.
Probably a third more.
Exactly. But then it would just be a crazy market.
Absolutely.
We'll be back to where we're at. Anything else that you want to mention as far as the market wise?
I think we're so this was actually the first year that I would actually blame the heat of Las Vegas and the seasonality as a factor of why homes didn't sell quite as quick from literally from July 1st to about August 5th. It was 115.
Yeah.
And I really truly saw a slowdown with all my listings. I had 5 listings at the time.
Michael, sorry to interrupt you. Can you pull that up? Some of the comments, they're like audio.
I had 5 listings.
There
at the
you
time.
go. You might have to like tighten that up, like
All right.
adjust it and tighten it. There you go. And just kind of tighten that little knob right there.
We got it?
Yeah, you might have to do it the other way. There you go. Yeah, maybe that way.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, now
so
what
I
you
had
saying?
5 listings at the time.
Yeah.
And for a solid 3 weeks, none of them showed.
Really?
And I truly think it was due to the seasonality of the market and the time.
And the adjustment.
Yeah. And then on top of that, up until 2 weeks ago, we had the kids going back to school. So come between now and September 1st, I think is going to be your sweet spot. And September 1st to about the holidays, I think you're going to see a strong buyer demand trying to pick up what they can till the end of the year. And then, around Christmas time is when it gets.
Now, I feel like around October, November, that's when it starts to slow down.
Yeah.
However, if you are in a position where you can buy, I normally like to buy in November and December, because that weeds out a lot of competition as far as buyers,
Definitely.
Right? But then the sellers that are selling, those are the ones that need to sell. So
Pre the end of the year.
That is correct.
Yep.
So I feel like that works really best for me, especially with the new home builds. They're just trying to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Now, a lot of my buyers today, okay, that I'm working with, they have conditions as far as they may have to sell a home. They're trying to transition. I have a lot of that going on right now, especially my clients from out of state, because I'm going to say probably about 95% or maybe just slightly higher, they're all from out of state, and they have some sort of problem that I have to deal with, right? It's basically, buyers with their scenario, but they have the light at the end of the tunnel, which is the house. But how do we bridge that gap?
Yeah.
So it seems like all my deals right now, I'm literally piecing all these deals together, like all of them. It's crazy.
I'm on the same exact page. That's so funny you say
Yeah.
that. Everything is, I tell my team, we have a meeting every Tuesday.
Yeah.
You have to get of the mind frame of you're here to solve people's problems.
That's all it is.
You're here to solve, and people are coming to you exactly what you said. Hey, I have a home to sell in places I've never even heard of before.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Las Vegas, but I have this place in North Dakota. It could sell tomorrow. It could sell. So I'm speaking with out-of-state realtors now, asking, hey, give me an update on what you guys are doing on your end. We're ready to write an offer, and they're pre-approved for X amount, but obviously we're waiting for you guys. Where do you see? How can I write this offer where it gives you enough time, but it protects us? And it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's like you are literally piecing the deal together.
Totally.
But I think it's also important that, for a lot of buyers that are out there that's watching this, that, you need to really work with an agent, especially if there's contingencies like this where you have to sell your home. Because just because you have to sell your home, you may not even be approved for what you're looking for, right? That's the first thing. It's how much can I sell my home for? How much am I going to net? Okay. And the second thing is, do you actually have to sell your home? right? You may not even have to sell your home. So these are the questions that a good agent will ask you, so that way they can prepare you and set you up in the right direction. And I think there's a lot of agents out there, and I don't want to knock all you guys, because some of you guys are really good agents out there. But, we are in the business to serve our clients and educate our clients. And I'm starting to see a big shift with a lot of real estate agents now, that they are really implementing on helping out their clients and educating their clients. Because when I first started, man, I could tell you, I don't even know how some of these agents do deals. Like, they don't even know how to read a prelim title report, which is it's kind of like baffling to me. But again, I don't represent them or the client, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. My point that I'm trying to get across is, look, you probably need to have a conversation with more than one agent, because every agent is very unique and different, right? The longer they've been in the business, they have more seasons. They've gone through all different challenges and all different problems, because this is an industry that it constantly shifts. It's never the same. The transaction, the fundamentals are the same, but every scenario is different. Like, I've never had one transaction where it's all the same.
No. Or easy.
Yeah. And the ones that you think is going to be easy is not easy. It's so baffling, right? Now,
you think some people are getting weeded out?
What do you mean? Agents?
Agent wise. So you mentioned that, you're starting to see agents that are educating their clients a little bit more. I think the ones that weren't, they're weeding out.
Yeah, I think a lot of agents now, they are starting to realize that I have to provide a value. What is my my offer? And what I mean by that is, what sets you apart from a different agent, right? Because we all could just show you a property and sell your home. Let's get real.
Yeah.
Okay. But the second thing is that you got to know what you're doing, right? You got to know how to protect your client. But also, on top of that, what else are you offering on top of that, right? Because remember, we get paid by the client when the transaction closes. And believe it or not, man, I didn't go to college, right? And the kind of amount of money that I'm getting paid, we need to understand what's going on.
For sure.
Because I can tell you, man, I make a lot of money, and I'm going to say that in this field, if you're good, you can make just as much as doctors, or even more.
Exactly.
Which is very baffling to me. Yeah. Like, with a high school diploma, is this really real right now?
Yeah.
Right? So my point is that, look, you got to get with somebody that really understands what's going on and how they can actually structure this deal. Because that's all I'm seeing today is piecing the deal. Like, I'm working with a lady in Guam. I'll give you a quick shout out. Okay. She has a home that she owns free and clear. Okay. She can't get another loan because she's on a fixed income. So what do? We got to figure out some sort of creative financing. Okay. So what is the creative financing?
How old is she?
She's about she's in probably late 60s.
Okay.
Okay. So
what we're qualify for a reverse mortgage.
So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is sell her home. We're gonna buy a home, do a reverse mortgage. So now she moves into the home, and basically she doesn't have to pay for a mortgage.
In fact, sometimes they'll pay her.
Yes. So it's like a win-win situation.
Awesome.
She was like, "Oh my God, you can do this?" I was like, "Yeah, we could do it."
It's just education.
That's all it is, right? Now I have another client that is from Hawaii. Okay. So we listed his home in Hawaii. So another quick thing is that I do a lot of business in Hawaii, so I just want to give a quick shout out. If you are thinking about relocating here to Las Vegas, we can actually help you sell your home in Hawaii and transition out to here. Also, we can help you do a 1031 exchange if you are also an investor. But I had a client that's out in Hawaii. His deal fell out of escrow like 3 times, but we finally closed like 2 days ago. So quick shout out to Chad. Brought a Chad. Okay. So he had to sell his home, right, in order to purchase a home out here. But then he was still working in Hawaii. I said, look, man, you could sell it, but then the problem is you still got to work there.
Yeah.
If you work there, now you got to put down second home 10% or 20%, right? Because on 10%, you got mortgage insurance premium. 20%, you ain't got the mortgage insurance premium.
For sure.
But now you got to stay there and show that you're working there in order to get qualified here. I said, look, man, transfer your job on over here, right? Let's get that home sold. We got it sold. And now we're going out. What is today? Wednesday, right? We're going out tomorrow, 10:30, 10 o'clock actually. We're going to start to look at homes.
Nice.
So there's certain scenarios that you have to listen to the full story of your client. but also look at their end goals, what they're trying to accomplish. But we need to figure out what we need to do as agents to streamline that process, to put the pieces together as a puzzle so that way they can see the roadmap and connect everybody together as a team and work together as a unit to get the deal done.
I love that.
So that's how I kind of go about my situations with clients. Now, before we move on to the next topic, okay, we know that the median price point today is about $450,000. I think it was last week we ran the numbers. At $450,000, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up on my screen what we can buy. We're going to look at this thing together, okay? So the first thing I got to do is go to the MLS. But Michael, what I need you to do is, talk some story a little bit while I pull this up because,
So we mentioned the median price point, 450.
Yeah.
I always look at that how much inventory do we have? I think right now it's about 8 weeks, but it equates to about 1.7 months
of supply. Correct.
Of supply. When we started this year, we were at more than double that.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of scary if you think about it.
Totally. And I've never seen a supply that high. I'm not sure if you have. But that coincides with median price point wholeheartedly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, it's just, it really is educating the buyers, educating the sellers, but educating yourself. On a week-to-week basis, you can almost see where the trajectory of the market is going if you know the factors to look at and, how to translate that in your mind and look ahead. And that is what separates some of the agents and myself versus some others, because I can almost, although I don't have a crystal ball, if I did, I wouldn't be doing real estate. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But you can almost build off of previous knowledge what a crystal ball would look like and put it into words so your client understands. And then maybe even if they wait 2, 3, 4 weeks, then you could say, you know what, I told you so. If you listened to me 4 weeks ago, it almost came to fruition.
Now let's take a look at this. Okay. So according to the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, okay, we currently have active 5,130 properties currently available. However, I'm going to go back here for just a second on this criteria. Okay. So if we look at this, that includes condos, manufactured homes, single family, townhomes. But let's just focus on single family residence because everybody wants a single family residence. That is only 3,922. That is a little bit more than half of the supply, right? That's currently available. But now we know that median price point is for $450,000 because based upon today's interest rate, everybody wants a lower monthly payment. Okay, we're gonna do $450,000. Now, when somebody buys a single family residence, they typically do a minimum of 3 bedrooms. Okay, we have to have a 2-car garage. But right now, based upon how these numbers look, now we only have 887 properties that are currently available.
And that's valley-wide.
And that's valley-wide. However, we got to dial down a little bit. So let me zoom out for a second here. Okay. So on the screen, as you can see, let me zoom in a little bit more. Everything that is all green, these are all the homes that are available. But as you can see, they're kind of like little pockets of homes, like in certain clusters, if you notice, okay? It's kind of very dense here, very dense here. But now, this is what I'm going to do. Let's just say if I went down to the 380, where my client is at, and below, 3 bedrooms. Now there's only 200, okay? Now I'm going to zoom in. Now, as you can see, right, the cluster is kind of gone here in the southwest, right? Because it's more of a desirable area. You ain't get nothing here in Summerlin. You can barely get anything here, okay? But now, this is what I'm going to do. Let me go back to the map because I need to focus on the valley here. Okay, we're going to do the valley. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to start off the 450 range. Let's see what we can actually get. Now, what is your clients looking for? Let's just pretend like 450, 3 bedrooms and up. What does your clients normally ask for other than this?
It's either at 450, I prepare them to not have a pool. If you find one.
Well, we're just playing now. Let's add a pool. So we know right now, as it stands, 715 homes, okay? Now, let's just say it required for a pool. There's only 62 homes.
Wow.
with a pool. But does the year really matter to your clients? Do they ever bring that up?
What is that?
Like the year, the age of the home that's being built, or that was built?
Not too much.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that out. But let's just see what we can actually get, right? For $450,000 and below, 3 bedrooms and up, 2-car garage, no year. Okay, let's just say, because a lot of people always want to have a pool. So then there's 62 across the valley. But I want to go back to my map view. So if we go back to the map view, as you notice, the Enterprise, nothing there. Summerlin's nothing there. All Inspirata, nothing there. The good news is that you got a couple homes here in the 89123 zip code, which is a highly desirable zip code because you have the 215 and the 15. But let's take a look at some of these homes. Let's see what we're working with at the 450 with the pool. You know what? I'm just going to start off at the highest price point, okay? And it looks like
Going right to 450.
450, okay.
You got an approval letter for 450, and I'm spending every penny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, at 450,000, okay, even though that you're approved, and this is a point that I want to make out here, depending on your debt to income ratio, let's just say the lender that you're working is at 42%, and that's the highest that they can go. You need to find out exactly what the taxes are when you got quoted, and also the HOA, because just because you're approved for 450 and this home is at 450, it doesn't mean you can get this home. It doesn't mean that you're qualified. So let's take a look. So this one right here,
That looks nice.
nice single-story home, 2-car garage, obviously. Okay, you've got, you know, the original cabinets in the kitchen. Now, would you say this is an outdated home?
Yes.
Okay.
You have tile on the countertops, a little bit older appliances, but it looks like it's been maintained well.
Yeah, and looks like they did do some painting, some modern color paintings.
Absolutely.
You know, you got the gray.
Yep.
You got the whites. You got the old school 18 by 18 porcelain tile.
Nice mosaic in the common area.
So what is the consumer looking for now? Is this a little bit outdated for a home that your buyers are looking for?
I think this is actually a pretty nice property, pretty clean for 450.
Not bad.
Not at all.
Okay. However, everything is all stock and standard. Okay. There's no upgrades to this home whatsoever, but however, you do have a pool. Now,
It's a nice pool too.
is there a value to have a pool?
I think so. And it depends. You know, some people value it a lot. Some others say, I've had a pool and I don't want to deal with it again.
Okay. You know, I want to ask you, because you are a listing agent. Okay. When you compare a home, especially let's say you have a listing that has a pool, how do you determine the value? Comparable approach, right? Because for the audience out there, when you do an appraisal to a property, right, there's 3 approaches. You got the income approach, which is this won't be the case. You got the comparable and the rebuild costs. So when you compare your home before you take a listing and your listing has a pool, how do you determine that value?
So I know through appraisals, I think they put a $50,000 amount on pools.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Does that translate into every single property every single time? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
So it's seeing what things sold. If you have no other homes with a pool versus yours, especially in the 450 range, I wouldn't put a $50,000 amount on a pool.
So it's basically a case-by-case basis.
It's a case-by-case basis. Maybe on this one, knowing that the home is nice, it looks like it's a pretty decent-sized yard.
Yeah.
I would probably put $30,000 on this pool.
Okay. So,
Would you agree?
well, it depends.
Okay.
All right. I look at a couple things. The first, I'll run the comps and see where they're at. See if somebody else has a pool, right? See how large their pool is as well. The lot size, the year of the home, right? Normally, I go a little bit higher than that.
Okay.
Okay. I normally do about 50,000 on the pool, but also depending on the pool. Because you can have a small little square pool, and this is what I call a shishi pool. You know what a shishi pool is?
No.
Basically where you just jump in and you just hang out and you just take a piss.
Okay.
So it's not like you could do laps or anything. You're just
Yeah.
sitting around, you know, the kids peeing and whatever.
Yeah.
That's what we call a shishi pool,
Okay.
right? So like those, there's no value in it.
For sure.
Like a pool like this, you could probably evaluate it at $50,000. And the reason why is because I know if you're going to build a pool like this today, it's probably going to be about 75
More
to
than
80,000.
50.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Absolutely.
lot more, right? So That's where the value play comes in. However, if you look at the cabinets, but then if you have another home that's comparable to this, but the inside is tricked out, you also have to minus out some of these things too as well. Because
Absolutely.
I mean, look how old these cabinets are, man. Now, there's nothing wrong with the cabinets because
Not at all.
you could literally take off the front doors of these cabinets and add like modern cabinets and resurface and paint the box itself.
Yep.
But I definitely would get rid of these old school 6x6 tile. I mean, that's literally old school, right?
Yeah.
But again, I mean, where are you going to get a home like this? Because for $450,000, you couldn't get this before.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: if your client is actually interested in this property right here, what is the first thing that you actually look at?
I would look days on market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get an example here. So days on the market here.
Oof.
Oh, 0 days. Okay. So now we know it's 0 days. Okay. Original price is at $450. Taxes on here. This is why I like resale homes. I don't know if you guys can see the taxes right here, but taxes right here are only $18.29 a year. Imagine if you bought a brand new home at $450. That's 1% of the total sales price. So it's something that you need to keep in mind, guys. Okay. Let's take a look at another one here. You know what? I ain't really feeling this one. You like this one?
Not my taste.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's pretend you're a buyer here. I'm shopping with you right now.
All right.
All right. Mike, what do you think about this one?
You know, my knees are going, so I don't know if I like 2-story.
Okay.
A little shallow of a backyard.
Okay.
The first one was nice. I think I would write an offer on that one.
Okay. So here's the thing. You made a good point. You said single story.
Yeah.
Right? I get this all the time. A lot of buyers would like a single story, and buyers also are under the impression that single stories are a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Um,
I'd say inverse.
yeah. Explain why.
I think there's more people in the market that are looking for a single story, so you would have more eyes on it,
Yes.
which means more people would be bidding against it, and it would drive the price up just a bit.
Now, from a builder standpoint of view, right, you can have a home that is 2,400 square feet, right? That is a 2-story. Lot size, maybe 40 by 100.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of big, though.
Yeah.
40 by 100. That's a 4,000 square foot lot. But then if they're going to do single story, imagine this, right? If they did the same square footage, you couldn't put that square footage on a single story on a 40 by 100 lot. There's no way.
Yeah.
It takes up too much room. Because you also have easements, you have requirement codes 5 feet from the blocks on each side. So what that means is the builder's going to charge you more money because it's taking up more land.
Yep.
And when you start taking up 4 or 5 parcels like that, they could have had an extra parcel that they could have sold, right? And that's the reason why it's more expensive.
Yep.
And then I've noticed that, which is kind of crazy to me. However, the next home I purchase, I definitely would love to have a single story home.
I think me too.
Yeah, and what's crazy is I never spend time downstairs. I don't know what it is.
Really?
It's like, yeah, we have, what is that? About 1,700 square feet, 4 bedrooms and a loft.
Okay.
And I'm never home anyway, but when I do get home, I just go upstairs, take a shower, and I'm just like literally in my room.
That's it.
And that's basically it. Like,
Yeah.
we have another room that has like a bunch of my clothes. Another room is like a guest room. We have like a loft that has a treadmill, which acts as like a coat hanger where
Yeah.
we just kind of like hang our clothes, which is I got to get rid of that. And downstairs is like we never hang downstairs because we're constantly gone. And I have another room that's just a dedicated office, right? So it's just we hang out in the master or primary. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
or the office. It's just one or the other. You said that you had a 2-story, right?
2-story, and I was making a joke about my knees, but for some reason, I love single stories. I like the way that they flow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the way that they flow better. My next home, I definitely want a single story.
Now, there's nothing wrong with my needs. However, when you forget something or if you want to go get a water or you got to run downstairs, that's the kind of stuff I don't like.
First world problems.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're at.
That's crazy. Let's see what else we can get.
All right.
Let's see if we can get a better home.
Let's see if we could go to the map view.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to here. On this one or the one in the back? Oh, you want to go to the map view? Okay. Yeah, let's go to the map view. Let's just cherry pick this real quick. Okay. So, first and foremost, when a buyer searches for a home, right, we know the square footage, we know how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms that they want, possibly the year if they want a pool. But what's also very important is location.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see the one that's
Michael.
completely south.
okay, south, because we already know price per square foot is going to be a little bit more. What's this right up here?
What is that one?
For 400 in Henderson. Okay. So now let's take a look at this. I'm going to say this is pretty clean.
Yeah.
However, these are virtual staging. Okay, this is not real furniture. Now, this is a single-story home, and this does not look bad whatsoever.
Not at all.
However, I could just tell you by looking at the carpets probably needs to be ripped out because as you can see right here, there's a lot of wear and tear in the carpet.
Yep.
And I'm not a fan of brown. And I've noticed a lot of my clients, they always want to rip out the carpets for some apparent reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Okay. But overall, this home is nice and bright. It does have a pool. Okay. It's not bad. What's your thoughts on this one?
Not bad. You have no neighbors behind you. It's in
Yeah.
a great area.
So the question is, would you buy this one?
You know, it's amazing what a coat of paint and, like you said, some carpet would do. So I think I'd put an offer in.
Damn, you would put an offer in anything.
I think so.
All right, guys, I ain't feeling this one, so
right.
let's move on. Okay. But location is on point, like literally on point.
Yes.
Let's take a look at this one right here. All right, we got a 2-story, 1,500 square feet. This one does not look bad from the exterior. I love the curb appeal. Okay, a lot of green. 2-car garage, obviously. Got some tile. What is this, like
Oh,
12
that's
by
right.
12? Oh, you got the mirror. I mean, this is very tight. Now, one thing I do want to mention, when you guys are looking at homes, especially you're looking online, do not focus on the furniture. Try to imagine declutter. Okay. Now, when you take a listing and you have a seller that has a home like this, do you advise them on decluttering?
Oh, absolutely. Try my best. Is that a bed in there?
Yeah, it looks like maybe one of the family members has a bed here.
So maybe they can't.
Yeah, so they can't. So what do you do in that case?
You know, if you need to get it sold, do the best that you can,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll try to position the photos in a way where it doesn't show it too much.
Yeah.
But like this one, so we just saw almost 4 of the same angle,
Yeah.
and I would have posted just one photo.
That's a good point. Also, one thing that I would do is get rid of this trash can and all these right here. Get rid of all this. Get rid of everything.
Totally.
I want it to look like nobody lives here.
Oh yeah. I can't tell you the amount of times that
Yeah.
sorry for cutting you off.
No,
I can't tell you the amount of times where literally right behind that camera, I'm holding a stack of things right behind the camera. So right when they're done taking that photo, I
Yeah.
put everything back.
You know what's funny is I'll do that like sometimes with the photographer. We're moving shit back,
Yeah.
and they're taking pictures, and I got to move it back.
Yeah.
Then after we're going to a different angle, then we got to move stuff back and forth. It's just
Exactly.
crazy. Sometimes you got to do that stuff,
You
right?
have to, but I know it makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay. So this one is okay.
How much is this one listed for? That's a nice backyard.
Oh, so look at this. If you want an oasis, I mean, you're telling me you can buy a home in today's market for $410,000 in the zip code 89183. That is a very great zip code. I like this zip code. Matter of fact, I live right next to it. This used to be 89123, but they had to split up the zip code, so that's the reason why now it's 89183.
How many
okay,
days
so-
on the market has this one been listed?
8 days. It was at 410. I guarantee there's probably going to be some offers on here.
I think so.
I really want to put this agent on blast and call this agent and say, "Hey, man, you got any offers?" Kind of do the test run, but all right, let's move on to the next one here. Oh, okay, I think we've
saw
seen
that
that one.
one.
Okay, so now we have a general idea of homes at the 450,000 with a pool. Okay, I want to go and take a look at homes that don't have a pool.
Okay.
Because if you do it with homes without a pool, or without a pool, let's just say that option, right? You may want to keep that option open. I feel like you have better options to cherry pick, and the homes will actually be better.
I think so.
That's what I've noticed. I mean, I could be wrong, but let's take a look at this together. So we're going to come back here to the search criteria, and we're going to do with and without pools. Look at this. There's 715 homes to cherry pick from.
And what did we go from? 60,
Like 62.
62.
See how that option just really opens up?
Totally.
I mean, now.
And now you know the part of town that I want to be in. So let's see south again.
Okay, so let's take a look at south. Let's see if we could find another one. Okay, nope. Let's. This is what I'm going to do because we know that you want to go south. I'm going to make this a lot easier. Okay, let me just exit out of here. And I'm going to just do the enterprise area. I want to cherry pick at this point. See what we can get, okay? The south side. Now, there's so many different options. What am I doing here? Results. Okay, let me go to photos. 450. More of a modern style home, okay? This one's okay. I want to get a better one. This one has a pool. Try to find a clean one here. Actually, this is a pretty clean home, okay? But there's got to be a better one. I want to find a real good one. Matter of fact, if you find one that you like, you let me know as well.
I can't see it.
Oh, shit. My bad. Why didn't you say something?
Well,
All right. So this is not bad.
I like that one from the front.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this one is pretty dope.
Okay.
You know what? The interior is not feeling the interior. Okay, look. Glenwood. This is a KB home, single-story home. These are all the upgrades that already come with it. $438,000.
All right.
Okay. It's set to be completed in December. Now, believe it or not, these are the ones that you actually get a really good deal, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a standing inventory. It's a spec home. And this is where you can negotiate your closing costs.
Okay.
So if you need closing costs, this is probably where you need to be.
And what they start at, I see they did a price reduction.
Okay. So look at this. $442.
Okay.
Now, it was only a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
However, we'll still have to negotiate closing costs.
Well, you know what that tells me when they just do a little bit of what was that, $5,000?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5, whatever.
It shows that they're motivated enough.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's just, the builders raising their hand and saying, hey, look at us, we're price reducing.
And why do listing agents will do those small little price reductions?
It's exactly what I said. So they just want to raise their hand and say, you know what, we don't want to start price reducing to the point where someone's going to come in and still kick in our teeth. But if you're at all motivated and within our a few $1,000s of this price range, definitely come in. Let's negotiate one-on-one and see if we can piece a deal together.
Now, from the listing side, from standpoint of view, I would do this so that way we can re-trigger the MLS, which is the multiple listing service. So what that means is if you were looking at homes at the 450 and you came across that home, but you wasn't really feeling it, right? If you did a price reduction of $5,000, that person will automatically get the same email again, and they may change their mind down the road, right? So it's just to show your property in front of the consumer again, just in case.
Yep.
Now, I can tell you right now, this right here, this looks like a pretty clean home.
Yeah, where is this at?
This has probably got to be Cadence. That's what this looks like.
All right.
Old school tile. I mean, this is actually a really clean home, and the cabinets are not your standard cabinets here. Okay, there has been some upgrades to this home. As you can tell, they put some money into it. Not my kind of style for interior, but I can appreciate the artwork.
Definitely.
Okay, so now that we just kind of have a general idea of what's going on. Now, guys, if you guys are interested in buying a home, please feel free to reach on out to Michael or myself if you guys are interested. We definitely love the opportunity to earn your business. Is there something you want to say?
Chakits, I can't thank you enough for having me on. Hopefully I could be a regular guest evenly.
Of course you can.
But I appreciate the platform and just having a chance to sit down and speak with you. We hit it a little bit, but coming in here and just being able to knock on your door to sitting in front of you and trying to provide value where I can has it kind of shows that things come full circle sometimes. So I can't thank you enough.
I really do appreciate that. Now, I'm going to go to this thing real quick with the market updates. Let me try to find it here. Mike, I need you to keep talking while I find this.
Any buyers on the sidelines, I would say definitely start looking. There's never a right time to buy. There's never not a right time to buy. So if you're in the position where you feel comfortable, if if life circumstances have put you in a position where you're either, making a switch for the better or for the worse, don't ever wait. That's my whole thing. If you find a place that works for you, date the rate, marry the home.
Date the rate, marry the home. All right. Okay. So now, thanks for helping me out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, if you guys want a full report as far as, this is how we break it down. Okay. Clark County, Henderson. Okay. Las Vegas, North Las Vegas. Okay. So let me give you an example. If I click on this link here, okay, this literally gives you a full breakdown as far as what's going on. So if we take a look at Clark County, the median price point for Clark County, it says right here, this is actually the list price right here for $545,000. As you can see, it literally breaks everything down and it shows you the graph. Also, we have a strong seller market. So right here, this is a market indicator. It kind of shows you what's going on. But what's nice about this is that this literally breaks it down as far as graph. Okay, so as you can see where we are at with the list price. Now, you guys can actually play with this yourself, and I'm going to show you exactly where to go to actually get this. Now, if you guys wanted to make some changes as far as like average days on the market, price per square foot, take a look at this. It literally breaks it down, right? Shows you the graph. You can literally dial this down for condos, townhomes, right? Certain zip codes, as you can see. Now, the question is, where do you go to go get it? So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to go ahead and Google Chakits Krulsawat.com. Okay, it takes you to our landing page. So here from the landing page, we are going to go to the market report. Now, with the market report, we got a couple free things for you. Okay, economic and housing update. So if you guys want a full report as far as like what's going on, as far as population, okay, employment, tourism, housing, major projects that are being developed here in Las Vegas, all you have to do is register. It is free. We will send you over the link. Now, with the market report, look, if you guys want the free market report, all you got to do is get started today, enter your information. However, if you guys are on this podcast right now, the only thing that you need to do is text York at 702-319-1092. Text him market report, and we will send you this link. So that way you guys can play around with this, right? And analyze the market yourself, okay? Instead of listening to the media. Another thing I do want to pitch as well is the standing inventory, okay? So this is our standing inventory list, okay? With all the builders. Like I said, there are some builders are literally giving you up to $100,000 discount. I'm not going to throw which builder under the bus. What I need you to do is go ahead and go to the site right now and click builder standing inventory. Go ahead and register. It is for free. Then what we're going to do is have one of our sales specialists contact you, and we're going to find out exactly what you're looking for, because there's no sense for me to send you a bunch of lists of homes. I'm talking about over 100 homes, and you got to dig through it, okay? We will contact you. We'll find out exactly what you're looking for. Then we'll send you the list. Now, I get updated every single 30 days. So I have the brand new list that we compiled together. So if you guys want the list, go ahead and hit that submit button. Now, before I go, okay, because it's not only about me, all right, trying to earn your business, okay? There's enough business to go around, okay? Because Michael had taken the time to come on the show today to give his perspective of what's going on with the market. Michael, if somebody wants to buy a home, how do they get a hold of you? What's your website? What's your social media sites? Plug all that in for all the audience. I will also have a link in the description below.
Awesome. It's Michael Gorton LV on Instagram. It is thegortongroup.com. It's 702-408-6690. And it's Michael at gortongroup.com for email.
Michael, I really do appreciate the opportunity for you to come out here. You taken your time, a whole hour. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to come here. So I just want to say I really do appreciate that. I wish you nothing but the best for your business, okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a link in the description below. Also, again, if you guys want to work with Michael, he's a listing agent. He does high-end homes. We will have all that. Also, don't forget to check out our second channel. We're about to hit over 9,000 subscribers. Show the love, show the support. All right, guys. Other than that, until next time, I'm Chakits. Peace.